Good day, everyone. I am Genevieve Partarcas, a fourth-year BS Ed Sciences student, and I am here to present my lesson on Kingdom Fungi for grade 8 level. But before delving into the proper lesson, let us first do some preliminary activities. In here, I will be going to ask some questions in line with our main topic this morning. Are you ready? Okay. Are you familiar with this object class? Then, what is this? Can you name them? Yes, Mr. Abarca. Very good, Mr. Abarca. This picture shows some mushrooms. How about the second one? Yes, Mr. Gregory. Very good, Mr. Gregory. This is a bread with some molds. What about the last one? Miss Aras? Yes, very good, Miss Aras. This is a yeast. Since you got all the names correctly, I want you to tell me what specific kingdom classification they belong. Who knows the answer? Yes, Mr. Lusantes. Do you agree with Mr. Lusantes' answer, class? Yes, absolutely. These objects belong to Kingdom Fungi. Class, our topic this morning is all about Kingdom Fungi. But before we proceed to our lesson proper, let us first read our objectives for this morning for us to be guided throughout the lesson. So we have here at the end of 60-minute period, grade 8B students will be able to first explain the characteristic of fungi. Second, identify the different fruiting structures of the three groups of fungi. And the last one, state the importance of some fungi. Now, let's discuss about the kingdom fungi. So what is fungi and its characteristic? Fungi is a member of a group eukaryotic organisms. When we say eukaryotic organisms, those are organisms that has true nucleus. They have no chlorophyll because they are heterotrophs, which means that they are incapable of making their own food. Also, they don't have true roots, stems, and leaves. Their cell walls are made up of chitin, and some are parasites. They survive by living on host organisms. Some feed on decaying matter and are called saprophytes. Fungi undergo sexual and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction happens when two hypha join together. On the other hand, they undergo asexual reproduction when they form spores. So the spores are abundant in the environment. When spores hang in areas suitable for their growth, they form new fungus. So to further elaborate, here are some examples of fungi and their fruiting structures. First, we have mushroom. So in mushroom, spores are produced in basidium. So basidium and basidiospore are shown in the picture, and also they are microscopic, meaning they can't be seen in our naked eyes. Another example of fungi is a bread mold. Its scientific name is Rhizopus stolonifer. In bread molds, spores are produced in the sporangium. Penicillin notatum is one of the most common molds found in bread that has become moist. Penicillin, a drug that kills disease-causing bacteria. Another example is yeast. In yeast, spores are produced in ascus. The most common yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, used in baking and brewing of industry. Ascus is a microscopic which the pore is located, while ascospore is the spore contained in ascus. So to recap our discussion for today, again, fungi is any member of the group eukaryotic organisms that includes microorganisms such as yeast and molds, as well as more familiar mushrooms. So spores in mushrooms located in basidiospore are produced in basidium. Spores of bread mold or located in sporangiospore is produced in sporangium. Spores of yeast in ascospore are produced in ascus or asci. Humans have collected mushrooms for food, and yeast are used in baking and brewing alcoholic beverages. So penicillin notatum is used to produce penicillin. Some fungi are decomposers. They are important because they break down organic matters and bring back the nutrients to the environment. Some fungi are edible. They can be source of some basic nutrients needed in our body. Now, at this very moment, we will be going to have a pop-up quiz. I have here an illustration of the different fruiting structure of fungi. I want you to label all its parts. We have first, bread mold. Can you name the first fruiting structure of the bread mold? How about the second one? How about the third one? And the fourth one? Very good. I guess you have your right answers. The first one is the sporangium, and the second one is the hyphae. The third one is the sporangiospore, and the last one is the rhizoids. Now let's move on to the second example of fungi, and let's know its fruiting structure. Can you guess the first fruiting structure of the yeast? How about the second one? Very good. You have the right answer. The first one is the ascospore, and the second one is the ascus. And now let's move on to the fruiting structure of mushroom. Can you name the first one? How about the second one? Very good. The first one is the basidiospore, and the second one is the basidium. I guess we have done our lesson this morning. Thank you for listening.